I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy ShawnBNice, back again with some more heat rock, man. And today we are doing my review of the iPhone X10 or whatever the hell you want to call it. Now, just for those who are kind of like new to my reviews is pretty much, I don't go based off no other YouTubers. I don't care what any other YouTuber said. I don't care about what CNET said, The Verge said. I don't care about none of that, dog. You know what I'm saying? My review is, again, my review is based on my usage of the phone and what I think about the phone and everything about it. So, first thing I'm gonna do is, cause I'm trying not to make this video too long, man, but I feel like it's gonna be long, but I'm gonna try to make it not too long and just kind of get straight to the chase. All right, so boom. Here's everything I do not like about the phone. Actually, before we even get to that, I know some people want to know right off the back, is this phone worth upgrading if you have like an iPhone 6, 6S, or hell, even a 7? Yes and no. I would more than likely, if I had like a 6 or a 6S, I would probably jump to the 8, just due to the fact that it's faster. The 8 got wireless charging, same specs, pretty much for the most part the same camera. So you pretty much getting a still an upgraded phone, just at a better price. Plus the iPhone 8 Plus will have better battery life. Now you gotta think, this iPhone 10 is like it's $1,000. The iPhone 8 right now, I think it's on like $700. So, that's up to you. But if you just want something new, you want the new and latest, the newest and latest, the greatest iPhone that's out, then this would be it. But I just do not feel this phone warrants the $1,000 price tag. And I'm gonna get into that right now. So first off, everything I do not like about the phone. First things first is a lot of the apps are not optimized, right? Now, here's my issue with that. You guys announced the phone in September, so the phone, but even before then, you were working on the phone for a while now. So there's no reason why these apps should not be optimized. There's no reason why you should have been talking to developers like, hey, get these apps optimized for this phone. This is the screen ratio we're going to do. This is the notch you're going to have, all that. You guys should have made that perfectly clear that you need this done by a certain time frame. So now as a consumer, I have to pretty much suffer due to your negligence because you didn't take the time out and care about me enough to make sure these apps are optimized. And I know some people are like, well, it's going to be optimized soon. Just give it time. Now there's some apps that optimized, like YouTube optimized. But like if you go to stuff like, I think PlayStation, that's not optimized. What else isn't optimized? A lot of the games, a few of the games aren't optimized. I know Google Hangouts isn't optimized. So a lot of the Google services, which people use on the daily basis, are not optimized. And I don't understand how Apple even thought that was okay to release a phone that, wasn't ready for the most part. Second thing I'm not feeling is the price. And the price has a lot to do why I kind of dislike this phone, why I don't recommend it to people over the 8 or the 8 Plus, because for $1,000, and this is going to kind of lead to other issues that, that kind of like I don't like. So for $1,000, you give me a phone that's half baked. You got this stupid notch up here. Shout out to Samsung commercial. Hilarious. You only give me 2 storage options. And then the storage options you give me are so baffling. It's like, dog, for $1,000. And let's go to any phone that's like that. If you got the balls to charge me $1,000 for a phone, then you need to at least give me 128 gigabyte storage with expandable storage as well. Now I know that's never gonna happen on Apple, but either way, for the price point, for $1,000 you get the 64 gig, and I think for the iPhone 8 Plus, I think it's only like $799, so it's $800. And then for a 256 gigabyte model, it's like $1,200. It's not even including taxes, dog. And then on top of that, y'all have the nerve not to even give me a fast charger that y'all claim the phone is capable of. But anybody who's been using iPhone for years know if you use your iPad charger, that's pretty much fast charging. So for you to charge that type of price point and don't include anything with it, you could have took a page from Samsung. Anytime you pre-order a Samsung device, they either give you like a Gear headset, some cool headphones, a Gear 360 camera, a wireless charger. You guys it's so much else you could have gave me with this $1,000 price tag to at least lube it up a little bit. Y'all just went in straight raw dog me and said, yeah, take it. And I was like, okay. So, you know what I mean? I'm not feeling that. So price is way too high, especially when there are other options and there are other phones that do the same things, if not better. You know what I mean? So yeah. Again, so that was number 2. So the third thing which is part of number 2 is the fact that it doesn't have expandable storage. You only get 64 gig or 256 gigabytes. I think Apple was bogus as hell for that. But you don't only give me either the smallest option you got or the biggest option you got. Like, yo, that was foul, dog. That was petty. I wasn't feeling that at all. They're bogus for that. Another issue is the bugs. Like I said, with stuff not being optimized, like iOS 11 has been tragic for the most part. You know, at first you had the little incident where you kept seeing like some of the eyes where it had the question mark with the box in it. Like, I don't understand how that's even, an issue. And then on top of that, since the phone been, since iOS 11 has been out, there's been so many updates. And I know people like, well, that's a good thing that Apple is always constantly updating their phone. But y'all got to think about it. Apple always update their phone because of bugs that the other software created. You know what I mean? Like, they're updating their phone to fix other bugs. Like, just because you get updates first, that don't really mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? Now, I do understand, like, at least it's better than Android, where like if you got a bug, especially if you got a Samsung device, if you don't have a stock Pixel device, you gotta wait months. You know what I'm saying? But it depends though. Like, if it's like a small bug, if it's on Samsung part, Samsung usually push that update out fast. You know what I mean? We've seen that. But I feel like with Apple, like, they just keep updating. It's like, damn, if y'all get it right, at least 80% right the first time, y'all wouldn't be having to push that 11.0, 11.0.1, 11.1, 11.1.1. Then you got 11.2 that's coming up. Then you probably gonna have 11.2.1. Like, come on, dog. And then on top of that, which brings me to another gripe I have about the phone, is that you don't even make it easy for me to update the phone. The only way you could update the phone is through Wi-Fi only. So at least with Android phones, you could update your stuff through a mobile network. I don't understand why Apple will not let you update through a mobile network. I don't understand the reason for that. But even still, if you're going to have me doing updates at that, at this type of pace, at least give me the option to do it on mobile data. You know what I mean? Like, what if I'm not around Wi-Fi like that? Why are you forcing me again? You're forcing me to do something that you want versus me as a consumer. You're not thinking about my needs. So that's a huge thing for me. Then on top of that, the phone has been freezing a lot. Like this morning, I was on my way to work, and I was trying to do Face ID, face scan, whatever, to get the phone to open up so I can use Google Maps. And the phone completely froze for like 10 minutes and just shut off, and then it came back on when it felt like it. I was like, oh, okay, you work on your own time, obviously. So iOS 11 phone freezing, like, it's been crappy. Sometimes, like, for some odd reason, phones got this bad. Even on Android phones, any phone that got got this page over here, sometimes, like, you won't see it now, obviously, but sometimes it'll hiccup like real bad when I try to get over here. And sometimes the phone doesn't even register touches. You know what I mean? Again, for $1,000 price point, why do I have this many dislikes about the phone? I'm not feeling that at all. What else we got? Like I said, no fast charger included. $1,000 for a phone, you're not giving me a fast charger box. Another thing, now this is like, see, here's the thing. I'm an Android user, and it is what it is. You call me whatever you want, but if you want to steal me away from Android, if you got the newest greatest iPhone, give me some features that I may miss on Android, right? So for example, one thing I hate about iPhones, this will never change, but I know they'll never do it. I don't like the fact that if I got a notification, right, I don't know. Versus on an Android phone, you have an LED light that's gonna blink, and then the LED lights blink different colors, and then you also could download apps that could change the colors in which you want certain apps to blink. You know what I mean? Like right now, you could tap on a phone to get it to open up. That's cool, but like maybe what if I'm washing dishes or something? I don't want to touch my phone. The phone is water resistant. But what if like I'm just kind of far away where I can't touch my phone? I just want to be able to look over and see like, do I have any notifications? Or you have an LED screen now. Give me an always on display. You see what I'm saying? So like all my dislikes, they lead to other dislikes. As y'all can kind of see how I'm setting it up, it leads to other dislikes on which they could have did things that kind of corrected things. You know what I mean? So yeah. Another dislike that I'm not, another thing that I'm not feeling is that the simple fact to me, it's not bright enough. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually like the display on the iPhone, but it's not bright enough for me. Like when I'm outdoors, especially direct sunlight, compared to like the other Samsung device, on Samsung devices, when that sunlight hit it, it gets really, really bright. For me, that isn't the case here. Like it doesn't get bright enough, especially for for the sunlight use. That's not happening. So yeah. Okay. Next dislike. I am not feeling the notch. Now, luckily for me, since I'm used to using LED panels, I know how to get rid of, I know that black wallpapers has a lot. So here, as you guys can see, you can't even see a notch, right? You can't even see that the fact the notch is there, whatever, because the black wallpaper has it so well because the pixels are off. That's the cool thing about having LED wallpapers. I mean, an LED display is that whatever pixel you're not using, like if it's black, then it's completely off. But if I click here, the notch is still there, but if I slide back up, it's gone. So yeah, that's another dislike I have. I don't like the fact they took the battery percentage away. That was stupid. Now the battery percentage, it is up here, right? But I don't like the fact that I got to swipe to get to it. I want to be able to look at my phone and just see it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if I pick up my phone right now, I see how much battery I got. I want an actual approximation of how much battery I have. I don't want it to sit there and have to slide down. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I feel like they could have put the battery percentage in the icon. A lot of Android phones do it. I mean, we all know these phone companies sell ideas from each other, so it's not like you taking an idea from a certain company or a certain Android device. It's not like people gonna be mad. We all know y'all do it. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Apple. I think, if I'm not mistaken, y'all getting sued on one of those technologies. I don't know if it's Face ID or Animoji. I think it's Animoji, but you know what I mean? Like, we not new to this, dog. We know phone companies steal ideas from each other, so y'all could have clearly stole an idea from Android in that case. Sony, I know Sony does that with their batteries. You know, they put the battery percentage icon in the actual battery. All right, next. Lately, this may be iOS 11. Now, I do realize in the other videos I've stated that the iPhones usually have great standby time, but for mine, it's been varying, right? So it's some days that I'll wake up, the phone will be, you know, if it was at 100%, it may drop down to like 99, 98. Then there are other days, y'all, I'll wake up and it drop down from 100 to like 77, 78, and then I'll look at my background, I'm like, okay, what the heck is running? Or then another day it drop down to like 85, 86. So I don't know, like, I feel like iOS 11 has not been stable enough, and I feel like that's a huge issue. So standby time hasn't been the greatest, but battery life, you know, it's been good. But like I said, standby time, not so much. Another thing I dislike, again, for the $1,000 price tag that you charging me, give me some quality headphones, dog. Like, again, you could have did a special pre-order where you get if you pre-order the iPhone, if you're the first million customers, you get a set of Apple AirPods for free. Or you get a set of Beats wireless for free. Again, like, make me feel like you want my business, not just gonna say, oh, we're gonna sell you this phone, we know you're gonna buy it, so we're not giving you nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? Get out of here, son. Get lost. Like, nah, B, I'm not feeling it at all. Another thing is that I'm not feeling, I feel like iOS, this could be because, again, I'm trying not to make this biased, but, you know, once I can only go about my experience, right? I can only go about what I use. So from Android, if you take a look at Android, if we go back to Froyo, Gingerbread, Lollipop, Marshmallow, Nougat. Well, Nougat and Oreo, not too much of a huge change, but all those look different. You know what I mean? Like, Android doesn't look different. Usually when they do an update, when Android does an update, you know you have an update. iOS, this same row icons has been here since the first iPhone. Like, at some point, you have to change that. Now, there's some people out there, you know, like, what if you got like a Pornhub app on your phone or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You grown, you got certain apps that you may not want somebody to see, Tinder, whatever the case is. Now, I know there's a way to hide it, and the way to hide it is you just hold it down, right? If you want to hide an app, you hold it down, and you can slide it over to the next folder, or whatever. I know you can do that, but again, if you had an app drawer or like just a hide app function, then we wouldn't have to go through all that. And that, you know, I'm pretty sure they got some way to do that if you jailbreak your phone, but we're not talking about jailbreaking right now. We're talking about straight out of the box stock, okay? Next thing I don't like is the fact that there's no real multitasking. Now, anybody who has an Android phone, we know what multitasking is. I don't need to pull out my phone to show y'all what multitasking is. You know, having two apps open at once. You got YouTube up here with maybe the internet down here, or if you have like Samsung devices, you can have like little small bubbles and little small windows to, you know, you can still be working and you can still have those two windows open. You know what I mean? This here, like right here, swiping up. Let me show you guys. Like, and this is kind of hard sometimes too. Swiping up though, that's not multitasking. You know what I mean? Heck, even doing this, going back like that, that's not multitasking either. So I'm not digging that. Because, I mean, like, low-key, it's like a back button. I mean, like, this is cool. You can swipe between the apps. I like that. I'm going to get into that because it's actually one of the things I do like. But, again, that's not multitasking. I'm sorry. That's no. And that gesture actually leads me into my next point. Now, here, look. I'm trying to get the apps to stay on the screen so I can clear them, right? Now, you guys, let me show you something real quick. Now, here, if you hold down the button, you get the little wiggle animation. Up in the right-hand corner, you see it says done, right? Cool. I like that. No problem at all. Now, why can't you do it where if you hold the apps up here, you can't give me a clear out button up here? Why do I have to, like, it's 2017 and I still got to hold down. So now I actually got an extra step to do, because you remember on the regular iPhones, you hold the home button down, you got to make it swipe up. Now I got to hold this like this, make sure I get it to stay there, hold this down, and then I got to swipe up or hit the little minus icons. Like, dog, why are you, and then to get out of this, You gotta like double tap to get back to your home screen. Why are you making things so difficult for me, Apple? Like, the point of upgrading a phone and new generations of phone is to make things more simpler, not to make things more difficult. B, like, I don't get that at all. So that's another thing I dislike. Okay, so next dislike I'm not feeling is the vertical camera. Now, I feel like sometimes Apple would change stuff just to change it. Like, what was your point of changing this camera this way? Like, there's nothing you can tell me to say, oh yeah, we changed this way because of it. It's no, I can't even see no logic behind that for you changing the camera. That like there's no logic behind that. What's the reasoning? And then that hump is so big. If you'd just expanded the phone just like that much and gave us a bigger battery, I wouldn't be tripping. But you didn't. So I got to point it out. Not a fan of that camera bump or the vertical camera at all. Just stupid. I feel like just because they ain't wanted to look too much like a smaller iPhone 8 Plus, instead of it being a long way, the horizontal way, they was like, well, let's just do something different. Let's take the courage to do it vertical. So quite dumb if you ask me. All right, my next dislike about the phone is Face Unlock. Now, don't get me wrong, Face Unlock it's pretty cool, pretty nice, pretty neat. That's actually one of my likes, but I feel like sometimes it just don't register, right? And it's not always picking me up. And sometimes like if you pick up the phone and you like unlock it or whatever, like if you pick up try to like have facial scan recognize you, just won't pick you up, and it happens quite often. And another thing I don't really care about too much facial unlock is like when you want to download an app. To download an app now, you got to double tap the power button to get it to work. I'm not a fan of the double tap and power button thing. Just to me, I don't know. It doesn't feel as natural. I don't even like the double tap to wake up the camera on a Note 8 or the S8 Plus. I'm just not a fan of it. That's just my personal thing. So if you like it, then what up. I got 2 more dislikes, and then we done. I know I've been going on dislikes for a minute, man, but again, I'm trying to give y'all everything about the phone. I'm trying to cover every aspect, so y'all know what y'all getting yourself into, man. So 2 more things. So one of those 2 things is you can't like the phone when you unlock the phone, you just can't like go right into it. Now I know there's an easy fix, right? The phone laying down, if you open it up and then you swipe up and then look at it, it unlock. Now that's not too bad, but why is it just like when I pick up the phone, I look at it, why won't it just unlock? I mean, and take me into the actual home screen. On the LG V30 Plus, is able to do that for me. Like the LG V30 Plus facial recognition is crazy good, and it's not even using this this much technology. So yeah, and the last thing I don't like is just the fact that this is a Apple thing, so it's probably not changing no time soon. But 2 things: the fact that the camera settings is very actually in the settings. I still hate that about Apple. I wish they had changed that. You have again extra screen real estate. Just give me an option just to change 4K. You put it right here. Bring this down a little bit, right? Bring that down a little bit. Put 4K, 60 frames per second, slow mo. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways you could have did that to actually use screen real estate. And this is what I mean when I feel like Apple does sometimes half-ass stuff, right? Because just because you give me a bigger screen, don't expect me to be grateful, right? Same thing with the iPhone 8 Plus. You just give me a bigger screen. Okay, well, what is this bigger screen doing? Like, give me some type of functionality. Like with the Note 8, you know what I'm saying? You have some type of functionality. You know what I mean? So yeah, and the last thing is I just prefer any camera to have a pro mode, because sometimes, don't get me wrong, the camera on the iPhone 10 is phenomenal, but sometimes it's just if I'm in a situation I just want like a little bit more light, I just want full control over it. That's all. So that's everything out the way that I do not like about the iPhone 10. So let's get into everything I do like about the iPhone 10, which is still a lot. I'm not gonna hold y'all like that. It's still a fairly decent amount. So first thing I like about iPhones and just iPhones in general, it's not even specified to the iPhone 10, is iMessage. iMessage is dope. I really like iMessage. I wish Android would really pick up and get Android message on par with iMessage, which will probably never happen, but wishful thinking. And I like the fact that you can actually pay people on Apple Pay. And I don't have Apple Pay set up on this phone because I got Samsung Pay set up on my other devices, so I didn't see the need for it. But I like the fact that you can pay people through Apple Pay. So if y'all didn't know that, then now you know. And Animojis, I'm already here. So Animojis, I'm digging Animojis, but it kind of wears off quick only due to the fact that if you're sending an Animoji to a person who don't have an Animoji, who doesn't have an iPhone 10, then they can't send you one back. All they can do is view it. But here's an Animoji I sent to my fiance. So to do Animoji, just hit the little icon down here. We'll do the monkey, and see it's picking up my face. Eyes closed, As you can see, I got one. I'm squinting one eye right now, mouth open. I send cheese. So animal is pretty cool, but like I said, it'll get old pretty fast because again, the other person you sending it to, if they don't have an iPhone 10, then they just can't use it. So it kind of like defeats the purpose. I like the voice commands you could do with Siri. Siri, I think people bag on her a little bit too much. Siri's okay, man. Like I ain't got no real issue with Siri. She ain't like no Google Voice Assistant, but she, you know, she gets the job done. Okay, like if I tell her to sit, like if I say, hey, send $10 to my sister, or if I say send $10 to Lonnie, using a Square Cash app, it can do that. So there are a lot of apps that actually work with voice commands with Siri, and that's kind of like the dope part about having Apple phones. Like so much be baked into their ecosystem. It's hard to. I see why it's so hard for people to leave iPhones if they've been using iPhones forever. So I get that. Next thing I like is how it actually feels in the hand. Like this is one of my favorite feeling iPhones ever. Like this is the best feeling iPhone. The iPhone 8 is too small. The iPhone 8 Plus is too wide. To me, this is the sweet spot. This is the perfect size phone that Apple probably needs to stick with. Just kind of like just bring out more functionality because technically this is a 5.8 inch screen, so it's a bigger screen than 5.5 inch. And I just like it. I really like it, especially if you're watching YouTube or whatever. You know, it's kind of immersive. Okay, so let's pick a video so you guys can see how that look. Of course, you can go to one of my videos, one of my more recent videos. Let's turn the volume down, and if we turn it sideways, you pull in like that, you pinch in, you get the full display like that. And this is kind of why like one of my dislikes about it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just dumb. You know what I mean? Just squeeze that on this way and we'll be cool. So yeah. Another thing that I'm really feeling is the durability of this phone. Now I haven't really been super careful with this phone, but as far as scratches, there is not a lot. You know what I mean? Like let me wipe it down for y'all a little bit so y'all can kind of see. There's like a few. See if it's gonna pick it up. There's a few in the corner. Like not much though. You know what I mean? Like that's not huge. Like again, I'm rocking this with no case. Let's see. As far as everything goes, screen off. Again, not, you know what I mean? Like I said, for me to be raw dogging it like that, there's not like a lot of scratching in this phone. So the durability of this phone, actually one of the best durable phones I had, because on my LG V30, there's a huge scratch in the back and I have no idea how I got it. So yeah, not digging that at all. But the durability on this phone, I will put like in the top phones that had durability. So that's another one. Next thing I like is the speaker. So again, let's go to one of my videos. All right, let's get it where the music is playing, kinda. Turn this up. Let's see if I go back. Y'all hear that? Like that? Speakers on this phone is awesome. When I first got the phone, I did my initial impressions of I wasn't impressed, but after actually like using both devices, like the Note 8 and this, like the speakers on this, fire. Very, very nice. Heat rock. Certified heat rock on top of that. Next thing I like is Apple keyboards. I think Apple, like pretty much, I'm gonna be rich. I think Apple kind of got like one of the best keyboards as far as prediction is concerned. The keyboard is dope. I wish I used a little bit more screen real estate, you know, to actually do something with the keyboard, you know, instead of having all this extra space, put these two icons in the actual keyboard, whatever. But I love the keyboard. Very easy to type on. And again, in this form factor, you can actually type with one hand. So you can't beat that. Awesome job on that. Now, here's one of the things. It's kind of like a love-hate relationship. I actually like the swipe gesture. I like the fact that if I swipe left and just keep doing that, or swipe back, like I like that. I do. I kind of wish Android would kind of pick that up. Excuse the alarm. I kind of wish Android would pick that up and implement that in a whole different way. But just kind of still keep the same functionality. But I like the swipe gestures. I do. You can go back. It's kind of like Apple having their own back button in this sense. You know what I mean? I like that. That's better than the old way. Where you used to have to like kind of like get it from the edge of the screen, then pick it up. So yeah, I like the swipe gestures on this phone. Very, very nice, Apple. No beef with that at all. Next thing I like is, you know, when you have an iPhone, the ecosystem, right? So the ecosystem on iOS is just dope. For example, I've been trying to download NBA 2K18 on the Play Store. It's not on the Play Store. I can't get it. And it's, you know, 2K18 been out since like September, but it's here in the Apple Store for $8. You know what I mean? So anybody want to holler at me at the park, I'll definitely link my PNC name down at the bottom description below. But yeah, like a lot of the apps are just, either they're on Apple first because everybody in the world has an iPhone, or they're just optimized better. Like they're like, for example, and this is what pisses me off. Like for example, the Google Now, like the Google app. I use the Google app every day, but I feel like low key the Google app is almost better on iOS than it is on Android. Now, for example, let's see if I can find a video in here. Now, there's a video in here, right? On Android, it's gonna take you away out the app, and it's gonna take you to the YouTube app. Okay, but here. Okay, well that's not one of the videos that do it, but normally there's a video, man, I had clicked on and it actually just had me watch the end of the video. I don't know, I guess some traders you can, some traders you can't, whatever. But there was a case where I actually was able to watch a video in here without leaving the app. And then sometimes you click on here, like with Android, sometimes I run into, if I click on the app, I can hit the back button. I don't know, I just feel like the Google Now, it just works better on iOS, and I hate that. I really do. I hate that some Google applications run better on iPhone. That just blows my mind. Next is gaming performance, and this is still kind of overall with the apps. If you are a gamer, the iPhone 10 is the phone you want to get. Now, I do realize that the Note 8 and the SA Plus, they do have a bigger screen, more immersive, more vibrant. But as far as performance wise, like I almost feel like I remember back in the day when PS3 and 360 was out, and the 360 used to get the games created on their platforms, and the PS3 used to get like these crappy ports. I feel like sometimes Android get crappy ports, and we just got to deal with it. But as far as actual performance, the iPhone runs games better and smoothly. And then on top of that, even with their social media apps, right? For example, and this is kind of what I hate. Like I hate the fact that apps are optimized for Apple first, because it kind of leaves Androids out in the dark. Because we can have the best camera in the world and our cameras can be better, but if these apps are not optimized for our phones, it really don't matter. So when we post on the Snapchat and it's still looking grainy, or we post on the Facebook, it's still looking grainy. If somebody got an iPhone 5, it's gonna look better because that app is optimized for Apple better, and it blows me. You know what I mean? It really does. So yeah, apps are just better on iOS for some odd reason, whatever the case is. Again, another thing I like is water resistance IP67. So if you're in a rain, you should have no problems texting and talking on the phone, no problems on that. That's it for water resistance. That's I like it. So now let's get into the thing that is phenomenal, and that is the camera. The camera on the iPhone 10 is amazing, okay, especially the front-facing camera. I mean, let me see if I can pull up a photo for you guys so you can see. I will link the camera test I did up here, and I also will link the camera battle I did between the Note 8 and the iPhone 10. But let's go look at a picture, right, that I took downtown, right? So here's a picture of some graffiti on the wall, whatever. But not, I mean, it's not doing no just on coming through like another camera, but it looks very, very well. I really like the colors. Very the camera it's a point and shoot king, right? Well, I haven't got the Pixel 2, but I wouldn't say king, but look, it's really good, okay? Like that. The point and shoot camera, also the front facing camera, I'm gonna go on record saying this. It's probably tied, or if not better than the Pixel 2. I played the Pixel 2 in the store. I mean, that's not like a real genuine test, but the front facing camera is like one of the best I've ever seen on a smartphone ever. Going more into the camera, I like the 4K 24 frames per second. I love the fact they have a 4K 60 frames per second. Like 4K 60 frames per second on this phone is amazing. I don't think there's no other phone out there right now that's doing that. So shout out to Apple for that. I do like Face Unlock. Now here's a cool thing about Face Unlock. Now for all those who are concerned that if you would sleep with something, your lady got a hold of your phone, that you're gonna be able to just hold it to your face and still unlock your phone for you. Nah, you can't do that. Now here's the thing. If you go to accessibility, you go to Face ID and attention. If you go there, you could turn those two off, and then somebody can just hold the phone to your face while you sleep and unlock it. But here's what I like about it. So let's see if I got any notifications. Let's see. Right. So right now, as you guys see, I got notifications, right? But the phone is locked. But when I look at the phone and unlock it with my face. Try this again. When I look at the phone and unlock it with my face, if I slide up now, you can see all of the comments that I had from earlier. So facial unlock mixed in with that is dope, because it's kind of like Oh, you got a notification. Let me see. And somebody can't see it. If you look at it, you can see what it said because they recognize your face, but then the other person can't. So I love face unlock feature, especially mixed in with that. That is really, really dope. Great job, Apple. So yeah. Next thing I like is the battery life. And like I said, the battery life has been hit and miss, but for the most part, it is good. Like, it will get you through a full day. That's what I can say. Heavy use and get you through a full day with no problem. So if that was one of your main concerns, don't be concerned. And the last three things I like is the fact that Apple finally included wireless charge on their devices. It's been a long time. You know what I mean? I do like the fact that Apple Care is like the best thing ever since sliced bread, because the thing, and this is kind of lead me to my last point of what I like about the phone. When you own an iPhone, and I think people who own iPhones know this, you just kind of get like a feel of inclusiveness, right? So for example, if somebody texts me on my Note 8, right, unless they got Sprint, I won't know if they got like another Samsung device or some type of high-end Android phone, right? But on iPhone, it don't matter what kind of iPhone you get. If you text somebody, even if you had that number saved in their phone, it's gonna come up as blue. You're like, oh, okay, I'm texting somebody with an iPhone. So it just kind of feel like it almost bring like a unity type of thing together. And then on top of that, any Apple device you buy, you can take it back to the Apple Store within a year and get it fixed, whatever the case is, or no problem. So I think that's the thing with Apple. I don't really think you're paying for the product itself. I really think you're paying more so for the inclusion, the Apple Care, the customer service for the most part. You know what I mean? So yeah, but that's it for the video, man. Those are all things I liked and dislike about the phone. Tell me what you guys think about the phone. For those who have the iPhone 10, or those who are considering getting it, or who don't want it, what did you dislike, liked, whatever the case is, man. Let's talk to me in the comment section. If you guys want to talk to me more, or just kind of see what I'm doing before videos actually drop, you can actually follow me on Instagram at ShawnBNice. I'll link all my social media handles down at the description, so you guys can always see it there. But yeah, so this is the last video of the iPhone 10. I'm done with iPhone 10 coverage. We didn't beat this phone to death. There's nothing more we can cover on this phone. That is it. No more iPhone 10 coverage at all. But I will be doing my Lenovo Yoga 720 review for my YouTubers out there, people aspiring to be a YouTuber, or people who are considering getting to the YouTube game, or somebody who just want like a really nice laptop. I will be doing a review on that. That's dropping this week. Next week, I got some really dope websites for you guys to check out for your holiday shopping. Still haven't forgot about the giveaway that I'm trying to do. We are about to hit 500 subscribers soon, so check your boy out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all share these videos, man. When y'all share, yeah, smash that thumbs up button, man. It really helps my videos out a lot. So from October to November right now, right, my channel has tripled and everything pretty much, man. Like, I've gained over 255 subscribers in that little bit of time, so we are rocking it. Shout out to my boy Carvin9, man, Terry Keller. I appreciate y'all for always checking my videos out. Sean O, I'm pretty sure I'm missing some people, man, but those are my guys, man. They always make sure to check out my videos. Get Vet Dodson, all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all love and support. It's your boy ShawnBNice, and I'm out, man. Deuces.